The Indian River County Chamber of Commerce is pleased to present Chamberbuzz.
Hi, and welcome to Chamberbuzz. I'm Helene Calsetine, Economic Development Director with the Indian River County Chamber of Commerce. And today we have VincetLoPresti, who's with the Small Business Administration here in our region. So thank you, Vince, for being here with us.
Thanks, Helene. Good to see you again.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is talk about the Small Business Administration, or SBA, and we're going to try not to do too many acronyms today.
Correct. No acronyms. Three-letter words, not good.
That's right. So we'll talk about what the SBA, what they do, their role, some of the programs, and what territory they cover. So Vince, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Helene. First of all, I operate out of an office in Fort Pierce, Florida. I'm at what we call a alternative work site, or an AWS. I cover a territory going from Titusville down to Boca, over to Highlands County, which is 9 counties in the northeast part of the South Florida District Office. The South Florida District Office goes from Tampa over to Titusville down to the Keys, so we cover 24 counties. We have our main office in Miami, my office in Fort Pierce, and another alternative work site in Tampa.
Oh, okay. That's a huge territory.
Huge territory.
Now, how many people work out of your office?
There's myself and one other individual, Lonnie. He's the Rural Economic Development Officer and the Small Business Development Center project manager. So he covers a lot of the smaller counties and takes about half of the 9 counties I have.
Wow, that's a huge territory.
Yeah, it is a huge one. It's like 8,700 square miles.
Wow, and lots of people and lots of businesses.
Lots of people, lots of businesses. And a lot of the businesses now are doing a lot better than what they were doing back in 2008, 2009.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, you see it all over. And it's like you look at the economy and you look what's happened. And you look at our loan numbers. Our loan numbers usually run counterproductive. If the economy is improving, usually the SBA loan numbers are down, but the lenders have gotten so used to using SBA products that our loan numbers are actually up.
Wow.
In fact, we've hit a record number. We actually hit, in the South Florida District Office, the $1 billion loan mark. We usually, for the last 3 years, we have probably done maybe $750,000 to $800 million worth of loans. We've already hit $1 billion in loans this year. Loan volume is up 43% compared to last year.
That's incredible. And that's good.
Yeah, it's incredible and it's good.
Yeah, that's terrific news. So with the loans, obviously you guys do loans to small businesses. And you have a lot of products out there, a lot of programs out there for various sized businesses, and we can go into detail on some of those programs too, what the criteria is, do they have to have collateral, what banks here in our local area might participate in some of those loan programs and things like that. Wow, I'm blown away by those numbers.
Those numbers are good, and when I talk to you about some of the stuff a little bit later as far as what we're doing in Indian River County, you're going to like some of those numbers too.
Oh, that's terrific.
And you have the big banks and the small banks in Indian River County basically participating in that. But let's talk about what the Small Business Administration does, and let's just go in and talk right now about the type of loans we have and who administers them, and then we'll come back and talk about the SBA role and how we fit into this, and how I basically talk to a business owner or a potential business owner.
That sounds perfect. That sounds perfect.
First thing I have is there's a microloan program. The microloan program would be for those individuals that I may call, or you might want to say, are a little bit less than ready for prime-time banking. They may be a home-based business. They may have been, maybe a new U.S. citizen, somebody that has very little collateral, very little credit, and may be looking for maybe $5,000 or so. They can go talk to a microlender. The microloan program is done by what we call financial intermediaries. They'll do loans anywhere from, let's say, $1,000 up to $50,000. Average loan size is about $13,000. Collateral requirements are a lot less. The credit score that they require is a lot less than a bank would require. If you were a startup business, say you wanted to do, let's just say maybe a food truck. Maybe you wanted to do a food truck for $10,000.
Popular,
okay?
Right.
Very little credit, maybe you have a credit score of about 600. You have a little bit of experience. You might talk to a microlender on that, and they would be a little bit more open to providing you with financing. And what we'd look at, the microloan program is a step up to go from microloans up to the regular, what we call the regular SBA loan programs. So it's kind of like, you know, when you learn to, before you learn to walk, you have to crawl, and then you
Right.
learn to walk. So
Sure.
it's one of those things, and most of the clients, you know, they don't stay microloan clients forever. They will go up and talk to and become bankable clients,
Sure,
and that's what we do. Some of the most active lenders we have or for microloans would be Axion, and their website is axioneast.org, which is ACCIONEAST.org. Okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to take a break, but we'll talk maybe a little bit more and about some of the other programs too.
Okay, great.
The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
Okay, and we're back. We're back here with VincetLoPresti, who represents the Small Business Administration in our area. And we were talking about microloans for those really small businesses. And I have to tell you, I did a little bit of research, and I found that in Indian River County, I think it was 97% of our businesses have less than 10 people, 10 employees.
And you know what? When you look at the numbers, and you look at, you know, based like census data or other data from across the state, the majority of the businesses in each county are going to be a one-employee business.
Really?
I think it's between 70% and maybe 85%, depending upon the county.
Wow.
And a lot of those people may not have storefronts. They may work out of their home,
Oh, sure.
or they may be a 1099 employee, basically a subcontractor or a contract
Oh,
employee.
okay.
So they're there, they're part of the roles as far as, being employed. They have a license and all that. But when you think of businesses, you go down US 1 or you go down some of the, State Route 60 over here, and you look at businesses with storefronts. The majority of businesses probably don't have a storefront and are, one or two person shops. So
Sure.
yes, that's true.
Sure.
Most of them, as you said, 95%, 10
Something
employees
like
or
that.
less. Yes,
Yeah. And those first couple of years are crucial to those small businesses,
that is correct.
right?
That is correct.
Yeah. That's, we see the statistics all the time. The first 3 years are crucial, go or no go kind
Correct.
of thing.
Correct.
Right. Now, we do have other programs through the Small Business Administration. And before we go on too far, maybe you should go ahead and give our viewers the website so they can start looking up some of these things.
When you want to talk to the SBA or you want to find some information about the SBA, the website is www.sba.gov, which is GOV. On that website, you'll find a whole heck of a lot of information. You're going to have how to start a business. The tab I like to direct most people to is the local assistance or Get Local tab. You click on that, you type your zip code on that, and it's going to give you some of the local lenders. It's going to give you the address of our resource partners, SCORE, the SBDC. It'll also give you my address in Fort Pierce and the South Florida District Office in Miami. And what I would suggest you do is click on that South Florida District Office, find the calendar of events, register on that website so that we can send you a weekly update as far as what we're doing as far as webinars or what we might be doing for in-person as far as doing counseling or training in your area.
Terrific.
Okay?
Those are great. I'm on that.
Gotcha.
I get those emails. And
Right, and they come
tons
out
of
every
information.
week,
They're
and
great.
it's just fantastic information on there.
They're great. They're
Okay.
great. So our next segment, we'll talk about some of those other programs then.
Okay, great.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Okay, and we're back with Chamber Buzz, talking with VincetLoPresti with the Small Business Administration. And as we mentioned earlier, the SBA has a lot of different programs for various types of business, small to large. So let's talk about some of those other programs that the SBA can offer.
Okay, we have loan programs, we have counseling, and we have contracting programs. What I'm going to talk about is what I call my bread and butter loan product. It's what's called a 7A loan program. The 7A loan program is just based off of a chapter in a code of regulations, but it's the loan program that most of our lenders will use. Most of the lenders we have in this country are what we call PLP, which are preferred lenders. They're used to doing SBA loans, and they'll do those 7A loans. 7A loans go up to $5 million. So if you were going to do say you want to do a restaurant for $4 million, you can do that as a 7A. If it was $6 million, you could not do it as a SBA 7A loan. 7A loan program is used for a variety of categories. You can use it for working capital. You can buy an existing business. You can maybe buy out a business partner. If you have 3 people in your business and one wants to sell, you can buy that business partner out as long as they do it equally. Buy machinery and equipment, inventory, furniture and fixtures, maybe leasehold improvements. You want to do a build out on some lease space, or buy a building, buy real estate. The 7A program works off what we call a guarantee. The guarantee, depending upon the loan program, which I don't have time to go into each program detail here, but the percentage goes from anywhere from 50% to 90%. So what you would do on the SBA 7A program, you would go to your lender and ask if they did a 7A loan. And they would underwrite the loan, close it on their documents, and issue an SBA authorization. The SBA guarantees that loan. And the way that guarantee works is if you obtain a loan from your bank, say it's $200,000 at a 50% guarantee. That means the SBA has a guarantee portion on that for $100,000. That's a cushion for the bank. So should something happen with your bank, with you, 2 or 3 years down the road, and you had to close your business for one reason or the other, and if you had $100,000 left on that loan, the bank would liquidate as much as can be done on that. Say it brought it down to $80,000. Then the bank would go back to the SBA and say, they're out of business, I've liquidated all my collateral, I have an $80,000 balance. Please honor your 50% guarantee. The SBA would do its due diligence, and then, finding everything is okay, would go ahead and issue the bank a check for $40,000 to offset their $80,000 loss. So,
I see. Okay.
And we don't want to make loans like that. We want to make sure everybody succeeds. That's why we have the counseling in place and other resource partners to help do that. But the 7A program can also be used for debt refi. Say you're in your business, and maybe you have a commercial property that has a 5-year balloon. Not reasonable terms. Right? You know, you can have a balloon that in 5 years, but that land is worth 20, 30 years. You can use the 7A program, refinance that loan to what we call reasonable terms, and save yourself 20% or more on the payment. Same thing with machinery and equipment and stuff like that. So that's something to look at for cash flow and everything else to make the bank, to make you have a little bit better cash payment and a little bit better, cash flow on that. Right.
Yeah, that's good, and lessens the risk for the bank. So it's a win all the way around. Okay. So our next segment, we're going to talk about yet another loan program the SBA has, and what that can be used for and so forth. And maybe we can talk about some of the banks that participate too.
You got it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from Econ, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the Econ mobile app free. So don't wait another minute. Call Econ, get covered, save money.
And welcome back to Chamber Buzz. I'm Helene Calsetine, Economic Development Director, talking today with VincetLoPresti with the Small Business Administration. We've been talking about some of the programs that are offered through the SBA, and yet another program is what we call the 504.
Right, 504 loan program. Anybody out there that has a building that they are currently renting for their business might be interested in learning about the SBA 504 loan program. If you were to talk to your banker today about buying a commercial building, say it's the building you're in or some other building that you see down the road that may fit your business, they may say, well, yes, I can do this on a conventional basis. On the conventional basis, what they do on that is they'll let you finance that building, but you're going to have to put down on the conventional basis maybe 20-25% on that loan for a down payment.
Sure.
$1 million building, that's $200,000, $250,000. Banks will also require you to balloon that every 5 years, so you have to do re-underwriting and re-credit scored, pay more fees, more the appraisal fee, the environmental fee, and everything else, and title work. Under the SBA 504 program, owner-occupied commercial real estate, you can do that with up to a 90% loan to value. The way it works is you'll take a bank that may do SBA 504 loans. Let's just say Bank A, or I'm not going to. I can name a couple, but we're not going to do that. They would say, hey, you know what? You can do this conventionally for 20% down, 25% down, or we can do this on a 504. I'm going to bring in a SBA resource partner, which is a certified development company, of which there are 6 in this state. The most active ones would be, in this area, would be Florida First Capital, Florida Business Development, and Gulf Coast. They would act as a intermediary for the Small Business Administration, and they would offer what they call a debenture on a second mortgage for that property. The bank would underwrite the loan at 50% loan to value. They would bring in the certified development company that would also underwrite the loan, make sure their underwriting is the same as the bank's underwriting, and allow you to get into that building for 10% down versus the 20 or 25% down. So you save yourself $100,000, $150,000.
Right.
A couple good avenues on that, or a couple other good things with the 504 program is that second mortgage that you get with the certified development company is fixed for 20 years.
Oh, that's even better.
20 years is a great term, especially when the rate now is about 5% fixed for 20 years.
You bet.
We also tell the bank that, okay, you're doing an SBA type of loan, so that first mortgage you have, yes, you can balloon it, but you can't balloon it before 10 years. So it saves you, the business owner, one recycle on that. So it saves you some fees going down the road, like $6,000, $7,000, depending on that building. So you've got $1 million building, save yourself $100,000 down payment right now, and along the lines, you've got a fixed loan on one piece for 40% of that, and you save yourself some money 5 years down the road when you don't have to do a reset. So it's fantastic that way. We've been active and we've done some 504 loans in this area. Like to see more 504 loans done here. Back in the early 2000s, there were a lot done. 2007, 2008, not as much as we'd like because of the fact the economy had gone down and the values and everything else. But now with stuff starting to increase again, the volume's starting to come back. So there's a couple of good things there.
That's good news. Good to hear. Okay. Well, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, maybe we can talk about some of the other resources that are affiliated or come under the umbrella of the Small Business Administration.
You got that.
Okay.
Okay.
Attention! This important message is for any American who is about to turn 65 years of age or older. Nation's Helpline has Medicare supplement insurance news that may benefit you, your family, or someone you know. Most Americans who are about to turn 65 years old know they need Medicare supplement insurance, even if they already have Medicare. The Nation's Helpline Medicare supplement team can guide you and help answer your Medicare questions. Call today.
Please call 800-632-2804.
Okay, and we're back with Chamber Buzz, talking with VincetLoPresti with the Small Business Administration. We've been talking about a lot of the programs that are out there under the SBA, and let's talk a little bit about the banks that participate, and maybe if we could touch on, like, when you talk about loans and working with local banks, How long does it take for one of these loans to close? Does it take 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years? No.
No, not 3 years. No, let's not. First of all, let's talk about some of the active lenders here. Let's talk about loan volume in Indian River County as
Absolutely.
a whole. Okay, I've got my little cheat sheets out here someplace. But we've got, so far this year in Indian River County, you've done, I'm gonna have to do my glasses. That's what happens when you get to be more than 20 years old. Okay, so far year to date in Indian River County, there have been 24 loans done in this county for about $12 million.
Wow.
That compares all of last year. All of last year, Indian River County had 11 loans. The year before that, 15 loans. The year before that, 11 loans. 2011, 20. 2010, 29. So
good.
2015, you guys are on record to have probably the best year you've had as far as loan volumes. Loan volume with lenders has been pretty across the board here. You have some small banks and some large banks doing loans in this county. Your hometown bank, Acalina, leads in this county with having done 7 loans.
Oh, good
TD Bank has done 4 loans in this county. Marine Bank has done 2 loans. Wells Fargo's done a couple. PNC, SunTrust, Celtic Bank, and Seacoast. So you have a lot of the smaller banks along with the larger banks in this county doing SBA financing, which is a good thing. Okay, Acalina Bank, they lead the pack with the number of loans and dollar amount of loans done. Now to talk about turnaround time.
Yeah, let's talk about
turnaround time. Turnaround time for an SBA loan doesn't take much more time than what it takes to do conventionally.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a lot of times the holdup may be with a borrower, as usual, conventional, non-conventional, not getting the paperwork to the underwriter.
Oh, sure.
But what they have to do, the bank knows how to underwrite loans to the SBA. We have an online platform for them to do that online, so the banks can do this
so that
online
makes it a lot
and send it
easier.
to us. You know, if it's below 350, we can basically credit score it and get it a quicker turnaround time. So everything is done online by what we call e-trans. So as long as the information is there and we get it processed, we try to, everything we get in-house with our processing center in California, everything's done centralized. We try to get that out within 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Coming to the end of the year, you know, we had run out of money for a little bit and everything else, so banks had gone ahead and started putting stuff in, so it's been, there's a little bit more of a lag time, but there's really not much more of a lag time doing a conventional, and it depends upon what type of loan you want to do. If you're going to do an express loan, you can probably get that done in a week. If you're doing real estate, because it's just you know, basically credit score documents and all that.
Wow.
If you're doing commercial real estate, depends upon how long it takes to get the appraisal back, how long it takes to get the environmental back, some of the other stuff as far as to get the other commitments done and all that. So real estate, look at, you know, conventional SBA, look at 60 days. If you're going to do build out or something, 30, 35 days. If it's going to be a working capital loan or something like that, you know, probably 21 days, you know, as normal. Of course, there's stuff on the outliners there. You may have somebody that something may have come up where the credit issue, or somebody may have to be verified as being a legal permanent resident or something like that. So those might take a little bit more time.
Sure, but that's all reasonable.
It's all reasonable, yes.
Great. Oh, that's thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Because there are a lot of misconceptions out there.
You got it.
Now that health reform is law, you cannot be denied health insurance coverage, but you can pay too much. But at Econ, we work for you. We shop all the private and government plans available, dozens of plans, to find the plan that best suits you and your family's needs at historically low prices.
As a single mom, I was convinced that we could not afford health insurance until I spoke to the people from Econ, who told me that I qualified for a special enrollment and a subsidized rate. Now I get so much more for so much less.
Call now and get the Econ mobile app free. It takes the mystery out of comparison price shopping for prescription medicine, giving you the power to instantly find the pharmacy with the lowest price and save possibly hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single year. So don't wait another minute. Call Econ, get covered, save money.
Please call 800-345-7585.
And welcome back to Chamber Buzz. We're talking with Vince Lopresti with the Small Business Administration, talking about loans, and eventually those loans are going to circulate back into our local economy and hopefully create jobs in Indian River County. So that's what it's all about. Now, there are some other resources available through the Small Business Administration, right?
Correct. I've talked about my website. The website has a lot of information on there, a lot of how-to videos. Also has information on there how to put together a business plan. If you look at the website, it also has links for webinars. We'll do live webinars. It might be us doing it out of South Florida. It might be somebody at another district office doing it.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have webinars on almost everything. But we can't do what we do. As we started off there, 9 counties, 2 people, a lot of territory. Can't do it ourselves. So we rely a lot on our resource partners. And when we talk about our resource partners, it includes chamber members, which your chambers, strategic alliance memorandum with your chamber. So you're a good resource partner for us. We have SCORE. SCORE used to be the retired executives. Now they call themselves SCORE. Their website is score.org. Retired executives, mentors, they can help you with almost any topic you have coming up as far as starting a business, look at your business plan, or maybe it's something technical, maybe it has to do with a patent. They can find somebody that has the expertise to help you with that.
And we actually have them come in our office on Mondays.
Yeah, I was going to say you have them in your office once a week, correct?
We do.
Good. And then you have the Small Business Development Center. There is a Small Business Development Center here in Indian River at the college. They also have one down at in Martin County and in St. Lucie County. Almost every county has a Small Business Development Center. They are funded by the SBA, as is SCORE, partly with grants and with the state, to provide one-on-one and group assistance. I like to have, when your business person talks to them or somebody wants to start a business, talk to SCORE, talk to the SBDC. The SBDC has a little bit better information when it comes to, say you need stuff as far as research. Or something that a professor may help you with. They have that research information there, and they can help you with that. They can get a little bit more detailed as far as cranking out some research information for you. So our resource partners work together, SCORE and the SBDC, to find out where the best fit is. Also, there's a Women's Business Center in Melbourne that covers Indian River County and St. Lucie County. They have an Ignite program. The Ignite program is, if you're in a business for a couple of years and you have sales, I think it's like over $500,000 or $200,000, and you're looking for ways to grow your business and expand your business as a woman business owner, they have mentors that come in there that have been successful business owners and give you homework, more or less, to have you go through this and say, okay, this is how we critique your business. This is where we think need to increase your stuff, or this is what you need to work on as far as a strategic plan to get that ready. So we have that together. And they all kind of work together, the SBDC and SCORE local. The Women's Business Center, take a look at my website, the sba.gov, and when you type in your zip code, it'll give you the local Women's Business Center, because I have 4 in the state that I cover. There's one in Melbourne, one in Orlando, one in Delray, and one in Tampa. So it can help you with almost everything. So those are our resource partners. I'd like you to use them. Also, if you're going to do government contracting, PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance Centers, usually co-located with the SBDCs to help you with that.
Great.
So that works.
Your phone number.
My phone number at the office is 772-466-1944. If you want to get in contact with me, you can call my number, but I suggest you send me an email, which is a better way to get a hold of me, because 9 counties, I'm usually out in the car driving or doing a presentation somewhere. It's Vincent, Vincent, .Lopresti, LOPRESTI, at SBA.gov.
Excellent.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Well, Vince, thank you so much. This has been so informative. Thank you.
You're welcome, Helene. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here.
And thank you for watching. See you next time.